So now let's do the exercise based on the unit circle. If you haven't seen my earlier videos, please see them and understand the concept of unit circle. Without that, it will be very difficult for you to do. Find the coordinates of point P on the following unit circle. So this is point P. So you know that your x coordinate is cos theta, so cos of 120. Now if you use the concept of unit circle and see my earlier videos, you realize that the same as cos minus cos 60. And cos 60, if you look at the table, the value of cos 60 is half, so minus half. The y coordinate is given by sin theta. So sine of 120, sine of 120 is same as sine of 60. It's positive because it's a second quadrant, all silver t cups is positive. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. So that means if point P is placed here on the unit circle, it will have coordinates as minus 1 by 2 and root 3 by 2. Now, how do you do the second one? The second one continues the same way. So your x coordinate will be cos of 330. You remember all silver tea cups. It's positive, so this is same as cos of 360 minus this, so that would make it 30. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Y coordinate is sine of 330. Sine of 330 is minus sine 30 because here only cos is positive, sine will be negative, so that's minus half. Hence, if point P lies here, it will have coordinates root 3 by 2, comma minus half. So the next one. How do you do something of this sort? Again, we have to remember the unit circle. Remember if it's in radians, 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi. That's what it means. This means theta is an acute angle. It lies in the first quadrant. It means that theta is an acute angle. And this is the value of sine theta given. We're supposed to find out sine of pi plus theta. So pi plus theta will lie here. If you're looking at all silver tea cups, pi plus theta. So sine of pi plus theta will be same as sine theta. Only tan is positive, so here it will be negative. So sine of pi plus theta becomes same as minus sine theta, that's minus 2 by 3. 2 pi minus theta. So if you're looking at 2 pi minus theta, that will come here. It will be same as minus sine theta. Remember, whenever pi or 2 pi comes in, your ratio remains the same, means your sign remains sine. Yeah, and your theta is an acute angle. We know this 2 pi minus theta will be in the fourth quadrant. Only cos is positive, therefore sine will be negative, hence the negative sign. So that means minus 2 by 3. So whenever there's pi, 2 pi, the ratio remains the same. Sine remains sine. Sine remains sine. But whenever pi by 2, 3 pi by 2 is there, your sine, your cos will become sine and your sine will become cos. So sine theta. Because it's pi by 2, your cos becomes sine. Which quadrant? Obviously second quadrant. Sine is positive, but this is cos. Look at my main ratio. Don't look at this. Look at this. Cos is positive. Only sine is positive, so cos will be negative. And this answer will be minus 2 by 3. So remember this. This is very important. Whenever pi, 2 pi, ratio remains the same. Pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, cos becomes sine becomes cos, tan becomes cot, cotan becomes so on. Again, the same logic. Whenever pi comes in, cos remains cos. It's an acute angle. This means it's an acute angle. Which quadrant? So if this is 0, this is pi. Pi minus theta will be in the second quadrant. Your cos will be negative. This is my main ratio. Okay. This will be minus 2 by 5. Sec. Sec is reciprocal of cos. So here's a reciprocal of that. Whenever 90 comes in, pi by 2 means 90 degrees, your sine becomes cos. This means minus theta means this is pi by 2 minus theta, you fall back to the first quadrant where all are positive. So your cos theta, we know the value of cos theta is 2 by 5. So your answer is 2 by 5. If you think I'm going fast, please pause the video, go through it again. That's the only way you can learn maths. Now, this means, what does this mean? If you understand this, this is 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2. This means that your theta lies in the third quadrant. So this is in the third quadrant. Now from cos, how do you find out sine? From cos to find out sine, we can draw a right angle triangle. Cos theta. You know cos is adjacent side upon hypotenuse. Forget the sine. Use Pythagoras theorem. 5 square is equal to x square plus 4 square. If you solve this, you'll get the value of x as 3. X is 3. So, if you are looking at sine theta, you can use this triangle and get it. So sine theta is opposite side upon hypotenuse, 3 over 5. Remember not to forget that our angle is in the third quadrant, and in the third quadrant you have all silver teacups. Only tan is positive, so sine will be negative. So sine theta will be minus 3 by 5. Tan theta is sine theta over cos theta. So you just substitute the values. So that's minus 3 by 5 divided by minus 4 by 5. So that would be 3 by 4. Cos pi plus theta, as my earlier sum, whenever pi comes in, your cos remains cos, so this is same as cos theta. Sine is according to the quadrant. If you're looking at pi plus theta, that means, this is the way of remembering the formula. So only tan is positive, so cos would be negative. And you put in the value of cos theta now. So minus sign is there because of the formula, and the value is minus 4 by 5. So my final answer becomes 4 by 5. At any point of time, if you think I'm going fast, pause this video, go back to the video. Going back. Fifth sum, simplify. Sine 90 plus theta. Remember, whenever 90 comes in, your sine becomes cos theta. Which quadrant? Pi by 2 plus theta. So pi by 2 plus theta. Take theta to be an acute angle. So it's in the second quadrant. Second quadrant sine is positive. So this becomes positive. This remains positive. Cos 90 minus theta, your cos becomes sine. It falls in the first quadrant, therefore positive. Upon sine square theta. This and this cancels off. So cos theta over sine theta. Cos theta over sine theta is nothing but cot theta. So cotangent theta is sine over cos. That's an identity for math HL students. SL can leave it as cos theta over sine theta. Solve. So your x would be, when you're solving, it would be cos inverse of half. Now again, we have to use the unit circle. Think of all silver teacups. Refer back to the table. If you refer back to the table, you'll find that cos of 60 degrees is half. So that means my acute angle is 60. You need to look at the places where your cos is positive, because this is positive. Cos is positive in the first quadrant and cos is positive here. So that's how we draw the angles. You mark the angles. You mark the acute angle. So 60. Therefore my final answer would be, so if you're looking at the final answer, my final answer would be 60. That's one of the answers. The other answer will be all the way from the starting point to there. So the x would be 60 degrees and 360 minus 60, that's 300 degrees. So this is because we want to find out all the values in one circle. So between 0 and 360. So cos is positive twice. It's positive at 60 and it's positive as 300. So therefore there are two possible answers. Again solve. Again for the circle. So we'll make sine theta the subject. 4 sine square theta is equal to 1. Sine square theta is 1 by 4. Sine theta is plus or minus half. Don't forget plus or minus. That means, now you know that sine 30 is half. Now to use all the quadrants where sine is positive or negative. So I have to take all the 4 quadrants because sine is positive. So if you look at all silver teacups, sine is positive here and here and negative here and here. But all the angles with the x-axis are 30. Remember, that's the concept of unit circle. These are the angles with the x-axis, acute angle with the x-axis. But when you're writing the final answer, you take the angle with the positive x-axis. You take the angle with respect to this. Take all the 4 angles with respect to this. So that means my angles are 30. My second angle would be 150. Third angle would be 180 plus 30. So 180 plus 30 is 210. Fourth angle will be 360 minus 30 because fourth angle would be all the way till here. So that's 330. So that's how I get 4 solutions in this. Yeah? So whenever you get this plus or minus, you get 4 solutions. If it's only positive, you will get 2 solutions. If it's only negative, you will get 2 solutions. Now, given that this is equal to 0, find 2 possible values of sine theta. This is clearly a quadratic. So you can assume that sine theta, you can call it some x. So this equation becomes 2x squared plus x minus 1 is equal to 0. Factorize it. I'm assuming you people know the quadratic equation. If you don't know the quadratic equation, go back to my earlier videos, see how quadratic equations are solved. Split the middle term, 2x, x plus 1, remove minus 1 common, x plus 1. So that means your 2x minus 1, x plus 1. Yeah. So find 2 values of, so x is equal to half or x is minus 1. That is your sine theta. So we are getting the values of sine theta. Sine theta is equal to half or sine theta is equal to minus 1. Now, part B. Get the other 2 possible values. So if your sine theta is half, my base angle would be 30 degrees, as you know that. That is 30 degrees with the x-axis. Sine is positive here and here. So 30. So that means my angle would become 30 and 180 minus 30 because I have to look at this angle. 180 minus 30 is 150. So these are my 2 values, answers for this. Minus 1. So if you think of the unit circle, 0 minus 1. Sorry, 0, this is 0 plus 1, 0 minus 1 is 0. This is your sine. So that's 270. So this gives you theta equal to 270. So that's how you get 3 solutions to this series.